I've lost her again. I'm sure she'll jump back in when she's ready. Alrighty, guys. So, as I mentioned, making requests. So, making requests are generally formal or informal. Okay. So, when we are speaking informally, we generally use can. So, for example, here, can you pick me up tonight? Or formal requests, which is more using could and may. So down the bottom here, you can see there's an example of a board meeting that's happening and someone's giving a recommendation. May I recommend someone? Or they're asking, could I suggest something? So we have informal and formal requests. So when we're making a request, the modal verbs that we generally use are can, could, and may. And there's a couple of different verbs in the example here. So for example, can I join your team? Could I have a drink of water? Could I see the photograph? May I borrow your phone to make a call? All these are modal verbs in asking for requests. Can you all see that? I might just unmute you guys for a second. I've lost her again. Can you hear me there, John?
Yeah.
Cool. She's dropped out. I'll bring her back in a second. Oh, wait. Oh, there she is in the waiting room again. That's so weird. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, she's back. Hooray!
These apps are funny. Tegan, could you give me, ladies?
Can you see it there, Eileen?
I can see now. Yes, I keep on my phone because I don't know with the computer. It's just not working.
Yeah, it's really
I'm also doing it on the phone.
Yeah. All right. Can you all see now?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So as I was mentioning, so there's formal and informal requests. So informal is generally can. So can I join your team? Formal is using could. So could I have a glass of water or a drink of water? Could I see the photograph? Or may I borrow your phone to make a call? So these are all making requests formally and informally. So when we're using informal, we're generally talking to our friends and family. And then when we're using informal requests, we're talking to maybe a doctor, a manager, shop owner, your employer, or maybe people that you don't know very well. So practicing making informal requests with can. So you can begin an informal request with saying, can you pass me the sugar if you're at a cafe? Could you please open the door if your hands are full with groceries? Or can you pass me my pen? A couple of other examples are, can I use the bathroom? Can I order a cappuccino? Can I make you a cup of tea? All these are informal requests using can. And then we have formal requests being could. So could you or could I? So a couple of examples that we have here are, could you speak to the supervisor for me? Could you please hold this if your hands are full? Could you please pass me the jug? Or could I, when you're asking the question about yourself, could I borrow your pen? Could I speak to the manager? Or could I make you a cup of tea? So these are can and could making in, so formal and informal requests. So in the picture here, what do you think Louise is requesting? Is she asking for, could I order the seafood basket? Can I try on another t-shirt, please? Or may I see your boarding pass?
Yeah, it could be the three of them. Great idea.
Which one do you think it is, John?
Hey?
Yes, could I order the seafood basket? I was going to say, if they're asking for your boarding pass while you're out for dinner, that would be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah. Unless that dinner is being taken in an airplane or something.
Cool. So going back to the formal requests, so we use formal requests when asking for permission. And we generally start with may I. and this is more of a formal way of asking for permission or a formal request. So, may I be of service? May I have everyone's attention, please? May I be excused for a minute? So what we're going to do now is we're going to let you guys have a go at saying some of these informal requests. So John, would you like to say the first two? The top two here?
The
So
first one,
first two. The
and the
can
first
you-
two,
see these ones? Can I draw on this?
can you pass me the sugar?
Yes.
That one?
Yep.
Okay. Can you open the door, please?
Cool. And
Can you pass me my pen?
yeah.
So am I repeating? Is that what you're asking us, or are you asking us to say something different?
If you want to say something different, you can go for it.
No, no. Are we supposed to read? Is that what you were asking
Yeah,
us
so if
to
you
do?
can read the one with the green underlining and the one underneath that.
Yes. Can I order a cappuccino? I love it. This one, cappuccino.
And the last one? This one?
And what?
The bottom one underneath the green line?
Ah, yeah, sorry. Can I make you a cup of tea?
Yes, good work. So those are using informal requests with can. Ooh. All right. Ooh, my line's a bit out of place on this one. Let's clear it. All right. Aileen, did you want to say the bottom two here for the could? Could you please hold this?
Me?
Oh,
Oh,
so
yeah.
Aileen,
On this.
you changed names there, did you, John?
What's that?
I said, did you change names there? Arlene, can you start with the first two? Could you speak to the supervisor for me?
Can you speak to the supervisor for me, please?
Cool. And then the second one?
Could you please hold this?
Yes, good work. And then John, do you want to say the two bottom two over here?
Could I?
Borrow your pen?
Could I borrow your pen? Could I speak with the manager?
Yep.
Could I make you a cup of tea?
Good work. So these are all making formal requests. And then may I be of service, or may I have everyone's attention, please? So those ones, again, a more polite way of a formal request. All right, so using these verbs to make a request with a scenario in the picture. So I'm going to let John, you go first. So you can choose either have or borrow and make a request using can, could, or may. But you need
Could you
to
repeat that again? Sorry, just
So
make,
we're
like,
going to make a
come up with
request
something? That's what you
with
asked?
can, could, or may, like we were using before. Let me just annotate this again.
With the picture on the right?
So you can try wherever you want. So creating a sentence
Okay.
using
Okay. Can I please order? Can I please have the menu after a glass of wine, something like that?
yes, yeah, that could work.
Where's the wine and then the menu? Isn't it a little?
All right, and Eileen, did you want to have go making a sentence with can, could, or may with borrow and using
May I
something?
borrow your phone, please?
Yes, good work. Cool. So
After having a glass of wine, let's add this one in.
all right, cool. Woo, I'm drawing all over the place. So now we're going to try and match the request to the response. So again, using can, could, or may, and then matching it to response. So for example here, can I sit here? And the matching response would be, sorry, I'm saving that seat for a friend. So the answer would be no. So I've got a couple of different examples here. So Ellen, did you want to have a go at matching the first request? So this is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C, D. So I'll quickly make note of.
And I have another drink, and bear with me because I can't see the other one. Can I have another drink?
I'll make a bit of a box here.
Certainly. Which one would you like?
Ooh, oops. Oh, okay. Yep. So that's all. Stop. All right. John, did you want to have a go? I'm just going to clear my annotations again. Can you still see? Oh, yeah, you can still see the bottom one. I'll just see if I can move this across a little bit. Oh, yes, that's fine. Can you still see above that? Beautiful. Okay, so we reckon one is
See for the moment,
C.
but
Yep.
probably not. We'll see.
C. Yep. All right, John, would you like to have a go at two?
Could you repeat again what the activity about? Sorry.
So we're going to match the request. So these are the requests here using can,
Okay.
could, and may. And these are the matching responses that someone might give you in answer to your question. So we have 5 numbers and then 5 letters. So you're going to try and match one of these questions with one of these responses.
Okay. With the
So
response.
Eileen's just answered the first one. So the question was, can I have another drink? And she guessed that the question would be, certainly, which one would you like? So for answer number 2, may I have this dance? What do you think the answer might be?
Let's dance then. That's it.
Especially for you being Colombian, you guys love to dance, and I love that.
Yes, but I have. Yes, but I do have 2 left feet.
Yeah. Cool. At least you're being honest. I doubt you have 2 left feet though, John. All right, Ali, would you like to go with the third one? So you read out the question.
Could I make you a cup of tea? And yes, please, I have milk and no sugar.
Wonderful. So
B. 3B.
Yep. All right, John, what do you reckon for?
Could I order a pizza?
Could I order pizza?
Could I order pizza? Certainly. Which one would you like?
Yes, good work. And what do we think about the last one, Eileen?
I actually yes, actually your 1 and 4, the answer could be
This one?
C and D. Same, you can swap them. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I have another drink? Certainly. Which one would you like? Or could I order a pizza? Certainly. Which one would you like?
Yep.
And then could I order a pizza? The other one would be yes. Help yourself in the fridge.
Yeah.
In the fridge, pizza.
Good work.
Can you help me with? So that would be the A. Can you help me? Sorry, I'm busy right now. So it's
well done. And good work in both of you being able to pick up that self correction. I didn't say anything because I thought I'd let you guys work it out. So really well done there. So can I have another drink? Yes, help yourself to the fridge. May I have this dance? Yes, but I do have 2 left feet. It's a bit of a confession there. Could I make you a cup of tea? Yes, please. I have milk and no sugar. Or could I order a pizza? Certainly. Which one would you like? And then number 5 was, can you help me? Sorry, I am busy right now. So these are all possible answers that you might get when asking one of these requests using can, could, or may. Good work. Alrighty, I'm going to move to the next slide if I can get it to go. Ooh, I'm going to have to clear my annotations up. So we are going to repeat some of these exercises, guys, just to give you a little bit of more experience. There we go. Beautiful. So with this one, it's a little bit different. So we're going to fill in the gaps using can, could, and may, but then we're also going to be using these verbs down the bottom, being help, take, leave, and go. So what I'm going to get you guys to do is to attempt to use these words up here, can, could, or may, in making a request using these verbs below. So we're going to add in these words into our gaps here. So John, would you like to have a go at the first one here? So using can, could, or may, what do you think this question here might be using some of these verbs down the bottom?
Could you go to store for me?
Yes, good work. Could you go to the store for me? Cool, well done. Yep, and I'm gonna write it in the box here. So could you go to the store for me? Wonderful. All right, Aileen, do you want to have a go at number 2? I'm just going to move this back out of the way for you.
Can I check the mail at the front door?
So what did you say again?
Can I take the mail at the front door? Or could I? I don't know.
Can I take the mail?
Yeah, both.
So what other words potentially might be able to use here? So can I help the mail at the front door? Doesn't quite sound right. Can I take the mail to the front door? Can I leave the mail at the front door? Or can I go?
Yeah, I could do that too. I could leave the mail at the front
Can
door.
I leave
Yeah,
the
true.
mail at the front door? Well done. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave the mail.
Yep, cool. Well done. All right, John, would you like to have a go at number 3? Using can, could, or may, and the verbs down below. So you don't have to use the words down below for this one, I've just realized, because I've only got one space, if you're feeling a bit confused about that.
All right. Yeah. I was actually. I'm trying to sleep. Could you please be quiet?
Yes. And it's interesting because this one is very questionable as well. As we were speaking about earlier, there's formal and informal requests. So if you were talking to your younger brother or sister and they were being annoying, you probably wouldn't be so polite. Or maybe if you're a really nice person, you would. So you might say, I'm trying to sleep. Can you please be quiet? But I like how you went with the polite version. Maybe you're staying at a friend's house and you definitely wouldn't shout at them saying that unless you knew them very well, maybe.
Yeah, to the little brother, you will say, I'm trying to sleep. Could you shut up, please?
Yes. All right. Eileen, would you like to have a go at number 4 there?
Can I take my dog to the campground?
Yeah. Well done. And John, would you like to have a go at number 5 there?
I will say, may you please take a seat?
Yes. You guys are on fire. That's not working.
Oh, what, on fire?
So
We're on fire.
you guys are doing really well. You're not on general
on fire.
Australian phrase. Yes, I won't confuse you there. Please take a seat. Well done. All right, just going to clear these annotations so we don't get confused for the next one. All right, let's see if we can get this to go down. Beautiful. All right, so as we've had a little bit of practice with those ones, now instead of repeating the other questions, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of freedom and I want you to come up with some questions around these images using, again, can, may, or could. Ooh, sorry. Can you see those ones there? So there's a boy with some donuts. There's a woman and a man with some groceries. A young boy who looks like he's just out of water. Someone with a pen and a man holding a woman's hand there. So I might say ladies first. Aileen, would you like to go with question A? So coming up with a request using can. Oh, sorry.
What is he doing? Sorry, what is he doing? I can't see, it's too small.
Hold on. Just going to write here and move this one out of the way again. So using can, could, or may, coming up with a request to somebody else using these pictures here. So if you were this young boy, what is a question that you might be able to ask using can, could, or may? And which one do you think you might use?
Could I have 2 donuts, please?
If you ask so beautifully like that, I think they might say yes.
Alina.
As long as you
And a
can.
glass of wine.
Ah,
Just
If
kidding.
you were that young asking for a glass of wine, I would be a little bit
I
worried.
was
I was
thinking that
gonna-
too. I'm like,
I
that's
was
too
gonna-
young.
I was gonna say you forgot the cappuccino, Alina. to make company to those donuts.
All right. What about question B there, John?
B? Number B.
Yes.
I would say mm, formal or informal, whatever.
Whatever you like. You could say can, could, or may.
May I help you, please? With those bags.
Yeah, wonderful. Aileen, did you want to have a go with C?
May I borrow your pen?
Wonderful.
Pen? I think
John, have a go at D.
D.
D, sorry. You just did
D.
D.
Mm,
D for dog.
D. D.
Yeah.
D for dog. Okay. I would say. But he's just actually doing something, but not showing
This one. So he's
like
almost
an
out of
action
water.
to almost
looks-
finishing the glass.
It looks
Yeah,
like there's not much left in there. So
like he's very thirsty.
Yeah, so what question could he ask with can, could, or may?
May I have a bucket of water, please?
A bucket of water, because a cup's not enough. All right, and Aileen, would you like to do the last one with E?
May I have this dance?
Beautiful, I love it.
Yeah, nice.
Unfortunately, we don't get much opportunity to go dancing these days. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to move to the next one. So we're going to have a favors contest now. So each person will be given 2 random objects, and then you're going to make a request using can, could, or may. So for example, here I have a clock. Could you tell me the time? I have a sandwich here. It could be, may I have ham and cheese on my sandwich? Or maybe this one, can you take me for a drive? So I'm going to give you 2 random objects, and then you're going to come up with 2 requests. Okay, so Eileen, I'm going to give you the door and the newspaper. So we'll let you go first. So have a think about it for about 30 seconds if you need to. And John, I will give you the nose and the camera.
Nose and camera, okay.
So again,
Can you open the door for me?
say that one again, Eileen.
Could you open the door for me?
Yeah, good work. And the newspaper?
And I don't know, may I read the newspaper? May I borrow the newspaper? Or something like that.
Yeah, that works. Cool. John, so you had the nose and the camera?
The nose. I'm planning to buy this perfume. Could you give your opinion on this aroma, please?
Yeah, it's a very good one.
Bravo.
And the camera?
The camera. Camera. I don't know. Could you please? I don't know. Something creative or
Take a
something.
picture. Take a picture of you.
Yeah. Could you take a picture, please, for me?
Oh, all right, Aileen, I'll give you the eye and the map.
The eyes and the map.
Yeah. So what's a question you can ask again using can, could.
Could you show me where you are going on your next trip?
Oh, you used both in one go. Well done.
Yeah, nice.
All right, John, I'm going to give you the sandwich and the toolbox.
Yeah, that actually makes it more interesting, mixing both images in one. Sandwich and toolbox, yeah?
Yes. So using can,
Uh,
could, and may.
Oh shit. Can I bring my lunch? No, because it's sandwich. Can I bring my sandwich along with my toolbox in my bag? No, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, why not?
You
Yeah.
could ask that question, but I would be questioning who you're asking it to.
maybe the cheese will get rusted with the tools.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, well done. Well done. I will have to say I give the winning prize to Alien on that one with the
Yeah,
showing me how to
definitely.
get through your
Very.
that was
I
very
like your imagination, Elena.
well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so now moving from using some pretty basic asking for requests using can, could, and may, we then move into asking for things or making requests using would. So, for example, here you would use would you or would I. So that's generally how those words would be side by side together in a sentence, how you would find them. So the question could be, would you please stop? Or it might be, would you like a cup of tea? Or would I be able to see her today? So can you have a go at saying the top one there, John?
Will you please stop?
Good work. And Aileen, if you want to go the second.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Well done. And John, do you want to finish up the last one?
Will I be able to see her today?
Well done. And then we can also make formal requests using will. So will you or will I? So a couple of different examples of this here are, will you please listen to me? Or will I be able to go to the party? Or will you pass me the remote? So again, Aileen, do you want to start with the top one?
Yeah, will you please listen to me?
And John, you want to go the
Oh,
second?
Of course, Elena. We listen to you. We listen to you, Elena.
You can go. Your turn, John.
So John, do you want to repeat the second one for me?
Second one?
Yep.
Second one. Will I be able to go to the party?
Yep. And Aileen, the last one?
Will you pass me the remote?
Beautiful. So these again are a couple of different examples. So we're going to do another matching activity. So trying to match those questions that we were just using. I'm just going to put my little box here again so that we can stay on track. So John, I'm going to let you go first this time. I've confused myself. I changed it from 1 to A. So the first question is, would you...
Sorry.
will you take my...
Yeah, the first one.
So out of these responses, what do you think a response to this question, would you take my sister too? Or will you take my sister too?
Yes, you can both come for a drive.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Aileen, what about you? What do you reckon B might be?
Would you like to come over? I will come after work. 5.
Yep, 5. All right, John, what do you reckon for C? Would you please take the dog out?
You please take the dog out. Like the song. How was the song?
Which one do you think it is?
Let the dogs out. Woo, woo, Oof, oof, oof.
Son.
No, I was sorry. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it just came to my mind. Afro Man was in there.
It was in a movie,
You
yeah.
have to give him the prize for this one.
I'll have to send it to him in the mail. Melbourne's a bit far away.
Yeah.
All right. Which one do
So,
you think, John?
yeah.
Because
Which
who
one
likes
is that?
dogs? That is not one of the responses there.
Yeah. I will after I go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Aline, what do you think D might be?
Will you go to the party with us? And I said I would love to join you. Number
Yeah.
3.
Number 3. Good stuff. All right, John, the last one. Which do you think? Oh my gosh, my spelling is terrible. That's supposed to be an F, not an E.
Would you care?
Would you care to take a seat?
a seat? You care to take a seat? I would love to join you. No?
Yeah,
Maybe
could
it's
be. Could be.
Yeah.
So it could be 3, or it could be, thank you, I love your couch.
Ah, well, yeah, true. Yeah.
So that might be some possible responses that you might get to the question, or a person making a request asking will or would you.
Yeah.
You're doing really well there, guys. So again, we're going to do a fill the gap example here. So using will or would, we're going to try and fill in again using these 2 words up here, will or would, and those verbs that we had before down the bottom. So what do you think the first question might be there, John?
The first one is.
You reckon it would be will or would?
Will you? Would.
Would, yeah. Would you like?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah. What do you reckon about the second one there, Eileen?
Will I don't know. It's not leave. Would I take leave?
Oh, I've cheated there for you, Eileen. I've just realised. I've added it in already.
This is
My
so
bad.
confusing.
My bad. Aren't you lucky? Typo on my end. I'll have to fix that one for next time. Cheater, pumpkin eater. All right. Let you off the hook on that one, Eileen. All right, John. That was my fault. Did not read that question well enough.
Again with the. Will you take the dog with you?
Yes, good work. You wouldn't leave the dog with you, would you?
Will you please take the dog with you?
Yep, good work. All right, Ellie, what do you reckon number 4?
Would you go to the ball with me?
I certainly would. Don't get out much of a dance these days, Ellie.
It's all about dancing, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. Having a good time.
All right, John, what about the last one? What do you
Because
reckon?
the word is getting to an end. We have to get a good time.
Yes. All right. John, what do you reckon for the last one, number 5? Would you, will you take, leave, or go?
Please. Will you please take a seat?
Yes, well done. So again, using will and would to make a request. And these are quite formal as well. I'm just going to clear all these ones. I don't know. All right. So we'll do one more. Actually, I've got a couple more here. So I'm just aware of time. So cool. So making a request, we can do it a little bit more politely. And we do that by asking, would you mind? So would you mind is a very polite request. I had a bit of a giggle at this little skit that I found. So the person's asking, would you mind if I smoke? And the other guy's definitely not very happy with him. He starts asking, mind if I fart? So we use this for asking for permission. So when we're asking for permission, we would use, would you mind if I turned off the heater? So you're asking for permission, or maybe you would ask, would you mind, when you're politely asking someone to help you or do something for you. So for example here, would you mind turning off the heater? Because obviously this guy looks very, very hot, like he's going to die. So again, you're using it for asking permission or asking someone to do something. So this is using would you mind, ... So when we're using this, we would use would you mind if I, and we use past simple tense here. So using took, came, left, borrowed, those types of things. And then some of the possible questions that you might ask with would you mind is, would you mind if I took a day off for the weekend if you're asking your boss for some time off? It might be, would you mind if I come over after work? Came over. Would you mind if I left my bag in your car? Would you mind if I borrowed your phone charger? Or would you mind if I borrowed some money for a drink? So we use the past simple tense, but the meaning is for the present or the request in the future. So if you're not quite familiar with past simple tense, so it's the verb plus ed or an irregular verb. So for example here, there's no, like Julie sings a lullaby. It wouldn't be Julie singed a lullaby. It would be Julie sang a lullaby. Or using the verb plus ed on this side, I play the guitar, I played the guitar, using that in would you mind sentences. So again, there's a couple of examples here that we can have a go with. So using would you mind in our questions here, we're going to try and match those two responses that we did before, and you guys were certainly doing a great job of these so far. So John, I'll start off with you again. So with A, the first question is, would you mind if I went to Brian's?
Brian's is a place or Brian's place?
Brian's house.
Ah, okay.
That's supposed to be as, slight typo there. Didn't proofread this before I started.
Yeah.
So
not at all as long as you take this maybe.
Yep, so number 5. All right, Aileen, do you want to have a go at B there? So the question is, would you mind if I came early to the party?
Oh, would you mind if I came early to the party? That
So-
would be fine. Maybe still setting up.
Wonderful. All right, John, what do you reckon C is?
You might order. I can do that from which source?
Right, number 1. All right, Aileen,
Yeah, number
what do you
1.
reckon?
We go to the party with us. I will after I go to the toilet. No? Why not?
Yes? Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Number
Too
2?
much wine, Aline. Too much wine.
No, I think she loved this answer. Tegan, she had it in every choice. I will after I go to the toilet.
After the toilet.
All right.
Yeah.
Last one there, John.
That's it. Last one.
So E, not
Would you
F.
mind getting? Huh? What's
So
that?
would you mind getting us
Getting
and
me?
then you getting us
Getting
a
us?
yes.
Getting us. I would back with one. I would, yeah, I would back with one.
Yeah, well done. So number 2, 3. Wonderful job, guys. Doing awesome. So when you're asking for someone to help, again, we're using the verb plus ing when we're asking for permission. So you might be asking, would you mind running the washing through the machine for me? Would you mind helping me open the door? Would you mind sending sending the email to Frank? Would you mind calling your sister down for dinner? So these are a couple of different examples when we're using the question, would you mind? So we're going to practice making requests with would you mind now, using these pictures here below. So John, did you want to start off with question A there?
Would you mind? Yeah. Would you mind opening the door for me?
Yeah, good work. What about B there, Aileen?
Would you mind helping me with the bags?
Yeah. C there, John?
C.
This one with a pen?
Yeah. Can I? I know. Can. Would you mind if I take your pen?
If I take your pen or
Yeah.
borrow
For a
it?
while. Would be the same, is it? Take it for a while to borrow it. Wait, would you mind if I borrow you?
Yeah, good stuff. Aileen, D?
Yeah.
Would you mind packing the car for me?
Yeah, that works. And what about the last one there, John, with E?
E. Would you mind uh, taking the dog to the house?
Say that again, sorry?
Would you mind taking the dog to the house?
Wonderful. Good work. So all these questions using the phrase, would you mind? Okay, so we're going to have a bit of an unscramble now, using those phrases and those words that we've just been using, because you both seem to be really good with asking those questions. So for example here, may I sit with you? So as you can see, all these words are scrambled around, but the question would be, may I sit with you? Can you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you a word scramble now. So John, so the one that we're using was, can I sit with you? So we're going to be using those first words that we started with could, can, and may. But I think I've only got can and could in this one. So have a go there, John. What do you think the second might be?
Second one. Could I borrow your pen?
Yeah. And then Eileen, do you want to go at number
Again. Again.
2?
Can I come tonight?
Yeah. And then the fourth one there, John?
Could you help me, please?
Yeah. And then number 5 there, Eileen?
Coffee?
Yeah. That cappuccino?
Yeah.
Yeah. And John, number 6?
Yeah, could I come back tomorrow?
Yes. Well done. Good stuff. All right, so now we're going to practice changing the sentences. Okay, so again, using the would you, will you, can, could, and may. So for example, here we've got can and could questions, and we're going to change them to then include the phrase either will you or would you. Okay, so the question here is, can you house sit for me this weekend? So using would you could say, would you house sit for me this weekend as a request? Or you could say, would you be able to house sit for me this weekend? Does that make sense? I'll just quickly write that down. There's a bit of a visual there. So would you be able to house sit for this weekend? So we're going to change these can and could questions to now have the phrases will or would you. So have a go there, John, for the second one.
Will you pass me salt, please?
Yeah. Will you pass me the salt? All right. What do you reckon for C there, Ali?
Will you switch off the light? Will you be able to switch off the light?
Yeah. All right. What do you reckon for D there, John?
Will you make some space for me, please?
So polite there, John.
Thank you.
All right. And the last one there.
Would you turn off the loud music?
Yep. And that one's transferable. You could also use, will you please turn off the loud music? But that is obviously a little bit more abrupt than asking, would you?
Yes.
So again, you can use both of those ones. Really well done with those answers. So now we're going to do the same thing. However, we're going to change over and we're going to use, instead of will or would, we're going to change those questions into can or could. So again,
Ladies, sorry, ladies, could you excuse me for 1 second, please? I will come back in 1 second. Yeah?
yep. All right, I might get you to start with this one there, Aileen. So with
Yes.
A,
Yeah, what's up?
Would you mind if I went to Brian's? Would you mind if I went to Brian's?
so what question or how could you make a
Can
request changing it?
Can you go to Brian with me?
Yep,
I don't know.
possibly.
What would you say, Tegan?
Or
you
you
mind
could
if-
ask, well, would
Would-
I go to Brian's?
Ah, yes. I didn't think of that. Would I go to Brian?
Yep, good work. All right, so second one, we'll continue until John comes back there, Eileen. So would you mind if I come early to the party?
Would I come early to the party? Would you mind ordering a new game? Can you order game? Are you back, John?
Yeah, finally.
I'm on the
Just went
mission.
for my jacket. Huh?
I'm on a mission. I'm like, pum, 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 pum.
She's got the
Yeah.
first three already, so we'll leave the last two for you. So again,
You're
just to
practicing a
refresh
lot,
you of what we're doing. So we're changing the sentence from will you or would you to now being a can
Can
or
you?
would you request.
Yeah. Can you go to party with us?
Yeah. You could ask, could you there as well?
Getting me us a menu or getting us a menu?
That was my problem. I copy and pasted that from the last one. So it would be, would you mind getting us a menu? That's my bad there. Do you not?
So could you please get a menu for us?
Yeah. Wonderful. Well done there, guys. Soft job. Alrighty, so that is the end of our lesson. I hope that you've been able to get something out of that. I think you guys have done both really, really super well. No, hold on.
You there?
Okay, I can see your faces now. Cool. So, really well done. I hope that's been able to help you when asking requests. It's interesting in society. I was actually just listening to people having general conversation around me during the week, and we've kind of moved away from having kind of formal and informal conversations, and we kind of treat everyone informally at times. So it's good to use manners, and it's just good to be refreshed of those kind of things as well.
Well, yes, I learned something, so that's great. And
What-
nice meeting you,
That's
John,
it.
by the way.
Likewise, my lady.
Yeah, all the best in Melbourne and